officers' wives. Some of them were colonels, and some of them were captains, and some of them were majors, and all of them. I had them all, and so I did. And I did Ann Foley's hair, and now that was Judge Foley's daughter, and I did Miss Foley's hair, and so I did Ann's hair that day, and she wanted to manicure it. So I said, all right, and I did manicure. And she had long, thin fingers, and she had long fingernails, and that little one was cracked. And I said, Ann, I can't file that nail now, because if I file that nail, it's going to break. Well, I want it filed. I said, all right. I filed it, So it broke, of course, and she said a whole heap, and I just didn't answer her back because that was two good customers, from there. So about a week later, this officer's wife, she was the captain's wife, I did her hair, and she was sitting in the chair. And no, that's what I did it. And then she said, now, I don't want you to comb it out. And I said, oh, but I have to comb it out now. She said, I'll come back. I said, well, now, I don't have time to comb it at another time. I'm booked up. She said, well, I'll be back. And I said, I'm sorry, I can't do it. Well, I was doing Ann's hair now. She came back to me after she cussed me out. She came back, and I had just finished her hair when the lady came to the door, and she said, I'm ready to have my hair combed. And I said, I'm sorry, I told you I can't do it. And brother, she said the same words that Ann did. Ann got up and she cursed that woman out. Brother, she told her all. And I just stood there and laughed. Some people about their hair, gee, it's not going to last long. Why get so upset about it? But Judge Foley, Miss Foley, she got real bad, and her mind went bad. So he didn't want her to come into the shop. So he would send his chauffeur to get me to come to the home to do her hair. And did you know he would stay there and sit in the other room because he was afraid of what she might do, because she could be very violent at times. But her hair had to be done. It had to be shampooed, and so he would sit there and watch her. So if she tried to do anything, he would interfere, and protect me. And so I was expecting Peggy this time, and so when I got there, he said, oh, Miss Foley wants to go to the movie this on. And I said, well, good. I was going to go on back home, And I was off from work then, but he still wanted me to come and do her hair. So, yep, got chauffeur drove Judge Foley and Miss Foley. We went to the show at 11 o'clock that morning, sat through the movie, come back and had dinner. And I got paid for it.
Well, that was nice.
He's the one, you remember that, he was a man that worked, he was a soldier, but he worked at the stables taking care of the horses and all. So this was he was a captain, that's what he was. And the woman's husband was a captain. The men that took care of the horses, now let me get it straight, he was just a private. But anyway, he was having an affair with the captain's wife. And so he suspicioned it and came back. And you remember he shot him and killed him. And then they had that big thing about it, the case against it and all. I think they even wrote a book about it. I've forgotten the name of the book, too. But he was one of the big judges there in Columbus. And see, that's how nice they were to me. You think about somebody you're working in a shop and they would do that. Or would it, yeah, they sent their officer, he sent their chauffeur to pick me up, and everything I ever mentioned wanting, he'd send it to me. So I enjoyed Columbus.